Dear ladies and gentlemen, good morning and a warm welcome to you all to the 40th Annual General Meeting of EPL Limited through video conference. For the smooth conduct of the meeting, the members will be in mute mode and the audio and the video will be switched on when they speak at the AGM as per their pre-registrations. Please note that, as per the requirements, the proceedings of the Annual General Meeting will be recorded and made available on the website of the company. I now hand over the proceedings to Mr. Davinder Singh Brar, Chairman of EPL Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the 40th Annual General Meeting of the company being conducted virtually. The executive forum has been checked and is found to be in order, and we will now commence the proceedings. I would like to introduce the directors present virtually for this meeting. We have Mr. Anand Kripalu, Managing Director and Global Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Uwe Rohrhoff, Chairman of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, Mrs. Sharmila Karve, Chairperson of the Audit Committee, Mr. Dhaval Buch, and Mr. Animesh Agrawal, both non-executive, non-independent directors. Mr. Amit Dikshit and Mr. Aniket Damle, members of the board, are unable to attend this meeting due to other commitments. Management team, including Company Secretary, Chief Financial Officer, and representatives of statutory auditors and secretarial auditor are also attending this meeting. 4 authorizations have been received for over 189 million equity shares of rupees 2 each of the company, which constitutes over 59.42% of the company's share capital. Register of directors and key managerial personnel, auditors report, and all other necessary registers and reports are made available to the members for inspection through electronic mode. Members may get in touch with the secretarial team in this respect. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs has issued circulars allowing the companies to hold AGM through video conferencing without the presence of shareholders at a common venue. This AGM is being conducted accordingly and in compliance with the Companies Act 2013. In accordance with the MCA circulars, the annual report for the financial year 22-23, along with the notice of this AGM, have been circulated to the members of the company. They're also available on the website of the company and on stock exchanges. With your permission, I shall take the same as read. Report from Statutory Auditor on financial statements for the year ended 31st March 2023 and Secretarial Audit Report are circulated as part of the annual report. The reports are self-explanatory and there is no qualification or adverse remark or disclaimer in these reports, which may have any adverse effect on the functioning of the company. With your permission, I shall take them as read. Ordinary business resolutions, as referred in the AGM notice, are self-explanatory and are in compliance with the applicable provisions of the Companies Act. In respect to special business, the objectives of passing the resolutions are described in the explanatory statement, and the necessity can be understood accordingly. On behalf of the board and shareholders, I move the resolution numbers 1 to 5 as described in the AGM notice. That is, number 1, adoption of financial statements for the financial year ended 31st March 2023. Number 2, to declare final dividend of rupees 2.15 per share. Number 3, reappointment of Mr. Aniket Damle as director, who is retiring by rotation and is eligible for reappointment. Number 4, to approve remuneration of the cost auditor. And number 5, to approve issue of NCDs and/or debt securities. Now I request the NCDL team to inform about voting procedure on these resolutions.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to inform the shareholders that the company has provided remote e-voting facility to shareholders to cast their vote on the resolutions which are proposed in this AGM. The e-voting facility is now available for members attending this meeting, and they can vote during or immediately after the conclusion of this meeting. Procedure for e-voting at AGM is already provided in the AGM notice. E-voting facility during this meeting is in addition to the e-voting facility provided before the AGM. Those who have not voted prior to the AGM can vote now. Independent scrutinizer is monitoring the e-voting process and will issue a report in this respect. The company will declare result on passing of the resolutions accordingly by tomorrow, and the same will be posted on the website of the company and stock exchanges. I request Chairman Sir to please resume the proceedings.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning once again to all of you. It is my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all of you at the 40th Annual General Meeting of EPL Limited. In the year gone by, EPL reached a big milestone by completing 40 years since its inception in December 1982. We have come a long way from a single plant in Wasin to 21 plants today across 5 continents. I congratulate each and every stakeholder of EPL for this achievement and for your loyalty over these decades. In financial year 23, the external environment continued to be challenging due to factors like COVID lockdowns in China, energy crisis in Europe due to Russia-Ukraine war, volatile commodity and freight prices, inflation, rising interest rates, and fluctuating foreign exchange. However, the second half of the year witnessed some respite in commodities, freight, and energy. During the year, China's economy was severely impacted by COVID lockdowns, affecting demand for our products. Here again, some easing happened in the second half with lifting of lockdowns in China. Increase in minimum wages was a global phenomenon across various geographies. The financial year also saw extremely volatile foreign exchange movements with the Egyptian currency devaluing substantially. Despite these challenges, FY23 has been a year of recovery for EPL. The company delivered revenue growth of 7.6%, which excluding East Asia Pacific region would have been 12.2%. In spite of significant price increases, continued raw material and freight inflation during the first half of the year, coupled with increase in energy costs, the EBITDA margin, which excludes Brazil unit, where the company has just commissioned a new greenfield production facility, excluding that, was 16.4% for the full year against 16.8% in the previous year. EBITDA, again excluding Brazil unit and exceptional items, grew by 4.4% and PAT grew by 9.4%. More importantly, the company's recovery over the year was evident, with margins progressing quarter on quarter from 15.1% in quarter 1 to 16.3% and 16.6% in subsequent 2 quarters, and ending the year at 17.2% in quarter 4. Absolute EBITDA showed a good turnaround from declines in quarter 1 and quarter 2 to strong double-digit growths in quarter 3 and quarter 4. Over the year, the category mix also progressed in the right direction, with personal care and beyond growing at 11.6%, faster than the oral segment growth of 9.5%. Personal care and beyond now contributes to 47% of the total business of the company. Africa, Middle East, and South Asia, we call it AMESA, delivered a strong revenue growth of 11.7%, contributed by both oral and non-oral categories, along with recovery in the beauty and cosmetics segment wallet share gain with key customers, and a strong business development pipeline. Americas, excluding Brazil, delivered a strong revenue growth of 19%, backed by continued demand and new contract ramp-up in Latin America. Considering COVID lockdown challenges, East Asia Pacific region's revenue degrowth was limited to 1.5%. Drive towards innovation, opening up of new segments, and emerging brands in China stemmed this decline. Despite demand instability due to inflationary conditions in Europe, the region was able to effectively manage the category mix and price recovery, delivering 12.7% revenue growth. India, which accounts for 32.7% of EPL's consolidated revenue, grew by double digit at 11.4%. India's standalone net profit is higher by 16.7% at rupees 2,059 million compared to rupees 1,764 million in the previous year. The company has received dividend amounting to rupees 879 million from its foreign subsidiaries. On the financial management side of the business, finance costs for the year increased by rupees 271 million due to increase in benchmark rates across all geographies. The consolidated net debt at the end of financial year 23 was rupees 5,064 billion, including rupees 1,545 billion for setting up the Greenfield project in Brazil. Adjusted for this unit, net debt reduced by rupees 1,007 billion as compared to financial year 22 due to focus on capital allocation and reduction in working capital. The company continues to have a healthy debt equity ratio of 0.39 and a debt service coverage ratio of 3. The consolidated return on equity and return on capital employed are at 11.9% and 13.2% respectively, as compared to 12.2% and 15% in March 2022. Financial parameters such as DSCR, which is debt servicing ratio, interest coverage ratio, and debt equity ratio are all at healthy levels, both on a standalone and consolidated basis. Forex loss of rupees 213 million was incurred during the year, mainly due to 36% depreciation of the Egyptian pound. The board is pleased to share that CARE Ratings has upgraded the company from CARE AA to CARE AA+ with a stable outlook for NCDs and long-term and short-term bank facilities. The company also continues to enjoy CARE A1+ rating for its short-term bank facilities. EPL is also rated by India Ratings and Research Fitch Group, which has reaffirmed the company's long-term issuer rating as IND AA+ with a stable outlook. India Ratings and Research reaffirmed the credit rating for the company's commercial paper as IND A1+. On dividend, EPL is on a path of profitable growth with strong cash flow, continues to follow a consistent dividend policy over the years. I'm happy to share that the board has recommended a final dividend at rupees 2.15 per share, in addition to the interim dividend declared at rupees 2.15 per share in November 22. Accordingly, for the financial year 23, the total dividend amounts to rupees 4.3 per share of the face value of rupees 2 each. A bit about the long-term strategy of the company. Last year, I had detailed the 4-point strategy that EPL follows to deliver industry-leading profitable growth. We have made significant progress on each arm of this strategy. The company's long-term aspiration is to make EPL the most sustainable packaging company in the world by, number one, accelerating growth in beauty and cosmetics and pharma segments. Number two, inspiring large and regional customers to go sustainable. Number three, building wallet share in all the key markets. And number four, driving multi-year cost reduction projects to harness fuel for growth. This strategy will be supported by 4 enablers of an ambitious innovation program, a bold sales and marketing approach towards growth opportunities, digital transformation to make EPL future ready, one EPL culture to promote collaboration across all the regions. A word about the Brazil project. The company's fourth plant in the Americas region, the Greenfield Brazil project, was formally commissioned on 4th July 2023, while production had already started in the earlier month. The state-of-the-art manufacturing facility is SAP enabled and integrated with all processes online. The plant is another step in the company's strategy of expanding into newer markets and will be a big driver of growth in the large South American market. A number of local as well as global players have been evincing interest in Brazil as a supply base. On environment, social, and governance, ESG, sustainability, and recognitions, the company's efforts on its three-pronged ESG strategy of product, process, and people sustainability bore fruit, as EPL was awarded with a gold certification by EcoVadis. EPL now ranks among the top 5% of the 90,000 odd companies assessed globally by EcoVadis and among top 3% of businesses in the plastics, products, and manufacturing sector. Further, EPL was ranked in the leadership band of A- on climate change and A on supplier engagement by Carbon Disclosure Project. This places EPL amongst the top companies in the packaging industry. The company has also been accredited positive for all its commitments by the Ellen MacArthur Foundation. On product sustainability, EPL's sustainable offerings have gained marketplace success as it overachieved its target of doubling the sale of sustainable tubes, with actual sales being 2.5 times of last year. Platina, the flagship sustainable tube of EPL, and its many variants have continued to gain market share, with some of the biggest names in the industry adopting this solution. The company further plans to double volumes of sustainable tubes in FY24, accounting for over 20% of all tubes. EPL remains a signatory to the New Plastics Economy, the India Plastics Pact, and the United Nations Global Compact. The company's corporate social responsibility programs and initiatives are based on the Sustainable Development Goals developed and adopted by the United Nations. Staying true to its vision of leading the pack sustainably, EPL is committed to achieving net zero carbon emissions in the medium run. The company recently published the third edition of the sustainability report, which is available on the website. EPL was the runner-up for the Commitment to Environmental Excellence Award at the esteemed 6th Annual Health, Safety, Environment Strategy Summit and Awards 2023. In addition to sustainability, EPL also won 2 Indian Flexible Packaging and Carbon Manufacturer Association Star Awards, 2 SIES Star Awards, and 2 Indian Institute of Packaging Star Awards for its innovative tubes in different categories. With a focus on building an employee-centric company, I'm pleased to share that EPL won the Best Company to Work For award in the manufacturing sector at the iconic Platinum Awards by Feather Touch and National Best Employer Brands of 2022 award by Times Ascent. In conclusion, I thank my colleagues on the board for their guidance to the company and all our employees for their efforts and contributions. On behalf of the board, I express my sincere gratitude to our valued shareholders, customers, business associates, bankers, and all other stakeholders for their support and cooperation. Thank you. I now invite shareholders to raise queries they may have on the items of business of this meeting. The speaker shareholders who have registered may kindly speak as their names are called in the order of registration. In the interest of time, I would request the speaker shareholders to restrict their questions and views to a maximum of 3 minutes and kindly not repeat the questions already raised by another shareholder. I now hand over the proceedings to the moderator to allow the speaker shareholders to raise their queries.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, we would like to proceed with the questions from the registered speaker shareholders. The first person we were supposed to have today is Ma'am Asha Lata Maheshwari, to be followed by Mr. Dinesh Bhatia, but both of them couldn't be a part of this meeting. So going ahead with the next person we have here, that is Ms. Vasudha Vikas Dakwe with client ID IN 30267933314087. And we would also request the speaker shareholders to please click on the pop-up button that says join as panelist, which will appear right after your name is announced.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, please.
Yes.
We would
Thank
also
you very much.
request the shareholders to please turn on the video before proceeding with the question if possible. The video button would be available. Thank you so much.
Very good morning, respected Chairman, sir, Board of Directors, and my fellow shareholders. Myself, Vasudha from Thane. I would like to congratulate our secretarial team for sending me the soft copy of the report well in advance, which itself is clear and transparent. The opening speech given by the chairperson is also very excellent and informative. I would like to ask, please look into the matter of unclaimed dividend amount, which is going to transfer IEPF account, as it is the hard and fast money of the minority shareholder. Secondly, I would like to ask, what is our attrition rate? Thirdly, I would like to ask, what is our capex plan? With this, I support all the resolution. Thank you very much and wish the company all the best for coming financial years and my best wishes for coming all the festivals during the month of Shravan and Bhadrapad. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. Going ahead, we were supposed to have Mr. Bharat Mulchand Shah, but he couldn't join this meeting. So going ahead, we have with us Smita Bharat Shah with client ID.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. Thank you, sir. माननीय चेयरमैन सर, श्री देविंदर सिंह जी, एमडी सीईओ श्री आनंद जी और अन्य सभी बोर्ड पर उपस्थित माननीय डायरेक्टर सर, मैं स्मिता शाह बात करती हूँ। सर, पहले तो मैं बोर्ड पर हमारे केयूर जी का एज ए कंपनी सेक्रेटरी हार्दिक स्वागत करती हूँ। सो केयूर ने तो आते ही अपना सीएस का पद पूरा जिम्मेदारी से संभाल कर रखा है और ऐसे भी केयूर जी अपने सावलिया जी के साथ टीम में तो थे ही और अच्छा ही गुड वर्क करते रहते थे। एवरी ईयर उनका और सुजय जी का हमें फोन तो आता रहता था, लेकिन अभी तो मेन पद पर जो केयूर आ गए हैं और बहुत ही अच्छी सर्विस दे रहे हैं। सो ऑलवेज मैं केयूर जी और सूर्य जी दोनों बहुत ही अच्छी अपनी जिम्मेदारी से काम कर रहे हैं। सर, अभी भी थोड़ा आपका जो लिंक में मुझे थोड़ा ये, लेकिन मुझे सूर्य जी ने मुझे व्हाट्सएप पर भी लिंक भेजी, मैं अभी जुड़कर आपसे बात करने का मुझे मौका दिया, तो मैं सूर्य जी को भी मैं धन्यवाद करती हूँ। और केयूर जी और सूर्य जी की वेरी गुड इन्वेस्टर सर्विस, हमें हमारी रिक्वेस्ट के अनुसार हमें फिजिकल कॉपी भी भेजी और हम अपनी लिंक भी सही समय पर भेजी और आज बात करने का मौका दिया। तो उनकी गुड सर्विस के लिए सूर्य जी और केयूर जी को मैं दोनों की उनकी सर्विस के लिए प्रशंसा करते हुए, सराहना करते हुए दोनों को मैं हार्टली धन्यवाद और अभिनंदन देती हूँ और साथ में जूम टीम का भी आभार। और दूसरी बात सर, आपने भी तो कंपनी में 4 चांद लगा दिए है सर, कहीं एक से बढ़कर एक आपने अवार्ड्स भी प्राप्त किए। आपने अपनी स्पीच में बहुत कुछ अच्छा कंपनी के बारे में बताया है। कंपनी बहुत ही एक्सेलेंट वर्क के साथ बढ़ रही है। स्टैंड लोन कंसोलिडेटेड दोनों में 5 साल के कंपेयर में बढ़िया इंक्रीजमेंट रहा है। सेल्स एंड अदर इनकम, प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स, कैश प्रॉफिट सभी में बढ़ोतरी सर। एक्सेलेंट परफॉर्मेंस के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और अभिनंदन और आपको बधाई भी दे रही हूँ मैं सर। सर, अभी ये सभी आपकी लीडरशिप की कमाल है और एमडी जी श्री कृपालू जी की भी मेहनत और हार्डवर्क, उनका नाम ही तो कृपालू जी है, तो उनकी कृपा, उनका साथ सहकार हमारे कंपनी पर बहुत अच्छा बना रहा है। सो पूरे बोर्ड टीम एम्प्लॉय सभी का सहकार भी आपके साथ रहा है। सो आप सभी को मैं अभिनंदन देती हूँ और डिविडेंड भी आपने गए साल से इक्वल रखा है, पर शेयर ₹430 जो दिया, बहुत अच्छी बात है, धन्यवाद सर। और सर आपके पेज नंबर 34 पर बहुत बढ़िया अट्रैक्टिव प्रोडक्ट जो अपने फूड ब्यूटी से एक से बढ़कर एक प्रोडक्ट दिखा है। तो सर मैं पूछना चाहूंगी कि फ्यूचर में आप कौन सा न्यू प्रोडक्ट लाने वाले हो, क्योंकि बहुत अच्छे अच्छे प्रोडक्ट अपने रहे, तो हम बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि आप मार्केट में कुछ नया नया लाते रहे हो सर। और सर मेरी ऑलवेज हार्दिक शुभकामना आपके साथ रही है। सो आज भी मेरी शुभकामना मैं दे रही हूँ कि आप यूं ही आगे आगे सफलता की और अपने कदम बढ़ाते रहे। ईश्वर आपकी हर मनोकामना पूरी करे और फ्यूचर में भी बेहतरीन डिविडेंड आप दे पाए, यही मेरी शुभकामना के साथ प्रभु प्रार्थना। और सर हमारे कई ईपीएल के कई जगह इवेंट हो रहे हैं। एग्जाम्पल सर मैं कहना चाहूंगी कि अपने जो पेरिस में भी अपने इवेंट है, तो सर मैं पूछना चाहूंगी कि इससे आपको कितना प्रतिशत कस्टमर की संख्या बढ़ने का रिस्पांस मिला है सर, तो जरा थोड़ा हाईलाइट कीजिए। दूसरी बात सर, विजिट के लिए तो हम तो सालों से बोल बोल कर थक गए, लेकिन अभी तक तो कोई विजिट नहीं हो पा रही। लेकिन हम जानते हैं कि 2-3 साल तो अपना कोरोना के हिसाब से गया है, तो लेकिन अभी तो सब क्लियर हो गया है। तो सर अभी विजिट जरूर कराए और नेक्स्ट ईयर हमारी एजीएम फिजिकल में होनी जरूरी है सर, साल में एक बार मिलना जरूरी है। ये 4 साल से हम ये वीसी माध्यम थ्रू ही मिलते हैं, तो सर क्यों ना अभी हम आपको रूबरू मिले सर, और आप भी हमें रूबरू मिलेंगे, बहुत खुशी होगी। तो सर नेक्स्ट ईयर जरूर मिलेंगे हम और आप साथ साथ, और आप सदा रहे गुड हेल्थ वेल्थ के साथ। नेक्स्ट ईयर फिजिकल में मिलेंगे और हमारा ऑलवेज सपोर्ट रहे। सो आज भी मेरा आज के सभी रिजोल्यूशन में मैं फुल्ली सपोर्ट करते हुए, धन्यवाद सर, चालू रखिए भरत साहब।
माननीय चेयरमैन श्री, एमडी श्री, अन्य माननीय डायरेक्टर सर, मेरा नाम भरत शाह सर, बरसों से इश्यू टाइम से आपका शेयर होल्डर रहा हूँ, बरसों से एजीएम अटेंड करता हूँ सर। मेरी कोई क्वेरी नहीं है, आप न्यूट्रली कंपनी चला रहे हो, हमेशा शेयर होल्डर का इसको ख्याल रखा है कि एक कंपनी चला रही है, शेयर होल्डर को अच्छा रिटर्न दिया है सर, अच्छा डिविडेंड दिया है, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ इसके लिए। तो एमडी श्री, पूरे बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर, कंपनी के छोटे बड़े एम्प्लॉइज का बहुत बहुत आभार मानता हूँ और अपनी कंपनी दिन दोगुनी रात चौगुनी आगे बढ़े सर। सर सारे अवार्ड्स के लिए भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मानता हूँ और सीएसआर एक्टिविटी भी अच्छी चल रही है, मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मानता हूँ सर। फैक्ट्री विजिट के लिए भी बहुत साल से सर कह रहे हैं, आप भी हाँ कहते हैं, तो एक बार जरूर फैक्ट्री विजिट कराने की मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है सर। और अपने कंपनी सेक्रेटरी केयूर दोषी और उनकी टीम के सुरजीत जी और उनकी पूरी टीम को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद अभिनंदन देता हूँ सर। बहुत अच्छी इन्वेस्टर सर्विस दे रहे हैं, कभी भी शेयर होल्डर को कोई क्वेरी हो तो सोल्व करते हैं। बेस्ट इन्वेस्टर के लिए मैं केयूर दोषी और अपने सुरजीत जी को बहुत और उनकी पूरी टीम को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद अभिनंदन देता हूँ सर। सर फेस टू फेस नहीं मिले तो नेक्स्ट ईयर जरूर फेस टू फेस मीटिंग रखना, तो एक आत्मीयता का बड़ा होगा। अपन 4 साल से नहीं मिलेंगे, मिले तो मिलेंगे सर। सारे त्योहारों की शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ आने वाले दसरा दीपावली की, और सारे रिजर्वेशन में मेरा पूरा सपोर्ट है सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच। जय हिंद, जय श्री कृष्णा, जय हिंद। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you so much. So this was Smita Shah and Bharat Shah who joined together for this meeting. Going ahead to our next registered speaker shareholder with the client ID 1601010000232396. We have with us Mr. Yusuf Yunus Rangwala. Mr. Yusuf, you have been unmuted. We would also like to have your video turned on if possible. We can proceed with your question. Mr. Yusuf, we can already see you amongst the panelists. It shows that you have clicked on the pop-up, which was required. Mr. Yusuf, if you could respond. Sir, I believe Mr. Yusuf is not able to hear us. It is a possibility that he has a poor network reception. With your permission, can we go to the next registered speaker shareholder?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much, sir. Going ahead to our next speaker shareholder with the client ID 12051400000900218. We have with us Miss Elizabeth Mascarenas. Ma'am, we can hear you.
But video is not coming. Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you. We cannot see you, but we can proceed with the question if you like.
Please go ahead, Mrs. Mascarenas.
Okay. And now audible and visible? Hello?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you. Respected Chairman, Mr. Davendra Singh, Brand, MD and CEO Anand Kripalu, other members of the board, my fellow shareholders, I am attending from Mumbai. First of all, I thank the company secretary, Mr. K.O. Doshi and his team, especially Surjit, for sending annual report and also registering me as a speaker at my request. Thank you so much. First, I go to the annual report, make it small, annual report with pictures, facts, figures, very informative and self-explanatory, adhering to all the norms of corporate governance. Working is very good. Income up, PBT, PAT, and dividend totaling to rupees 4.30 per value rupees 2, and also very good market capitalization. Congratulations for all the awards received during the year. Also, I appreciate the CSR work done to the community. Thank you so much. Now my queries, sir. First one, ESG, on ESG. How much of carbon footprints we have brought down? Have we done ESG rating? And if the ESG rating is done, what is our score? And any platform we have kept, we have listed on any ESG platform, please throw light. Now, second one is we have manufacturing plant in Suzhou, greenfield plant in Tianjin, China. Both are in China. What is the capacity utilization? Also, we have a plant in Brazil. What is the capacity of that plant? Now, next question is, what is the capex for the next 3 years for organic and inorganic growth? Any further acquisition like CSPL, which was done earlier? Lastly, but not the least, future roadmap for the next 5 years. Where do we see our EPL at what level? With this, I have supported all the resolutions. I wish my company all the best. May it grow from strength to strength. And I especially wish you and the entire team very good health. With this, thank you so much. May God bless. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Going ahead, we have Mr. Tapas Kumar Datta, but unfortunately, he couldn't be a part of this meeting. So taking the next speaker shareholder, we have with us with the client ID IN30018310015364, Mr. Rajendra Sheth. Rajendra ji, I see you amongst the panelists. We would request you to please.
हेलो आवाज आ रहा है सर? आवाज आ रहा है? हेलो
Yes sir, we can hear you.
हाँ चेयरमैन सर, मैनेजमेंट टीम, शेयर होल्डर भाइयों, मैं थाना से राजेंद्र सेठ बोल रहा हूँ। सर बहुत ही बढ़िया उत्तम कारीगरी हमारी कंपनी ने की है सर। तो मैं मैनेजमेंट को धन्यवाद देता हूं। हमारी सेक्रेटरियल टीम ने भी बहुत ही बढ़िया उत्तम कामगिरी करी है। केयूर जी ने बहुत सर के हमारे कंपनी के लायक सेक्रेटरी के हाथ में सेक्रेटरियल डिपार्टमेंट आया है सर। तो मैं उसे और उस बहुत अच्छी सर्विस के लिए उसको भी मैं धन्यवाद देता हूं। हेलो आवाज आ रहा है सर? हेलो
Yes, please go ahead.
हेलो
Yes, we
हेलो।
can hear you.
हाँ हाँ तो सर मैं सेक्रेटरियल टीम मैनेजमेंट तो दोनों को धन्यवाद देता हूँ। खाली एक ही छोटा हमारी कंपनी बहुत ही तरक्की की है सर। एक ही छोटा क्वेश्चन था कि सर और क्लाइंट बढ़ाने के लिए हम और क्या वो करेंगे, और हमारी नई प्रोडक्ट कभी कौन सी प्रोडक्ट हमारी बाजार में ऐड होगी सर। बाकी 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 क्या बोलूं, कंपनी का इतना बड़ा काम है, अच्छा काम है कि कुछ बोलने का वो भी नहीं है। अच्छे डिविडेंड के लिए भी धन्यवाद सर। बस मैं सब रिजोल्यूशन में मैं पूरा सपोर्ट देता हूं और हार्दिक शुभेच्छा देता हूं। बस और खाली एक ही छोटा सा श्लोक बोल के मैं मेरी स्पीच को विराम करूंगा। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शांति रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। कंपनी की सुंदर कामगिरी के लिए मैनेजमेंट का भी आभार और सेक्रेटरियल टीम की भी सुंदर कामगिरी के लिए सेक्रेटरी का भी आभार। थैंक यू मेरे को बोलने का मौका दिया सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much, Rajendra ji, for your good wishes towards the company. Thank you so much. Taking our next registered speaker shareholder, we have with us client ID IN 300513891 104067, Shobna Sudhir Mehta. Ma'am, we can proceed with your question with the video if possible.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Respected Chairman Sri Devinder ji, MD श्री आनंद जी, अन्य मेरे जाने माने डायरेक्टर भाइयों श्रीमती शर्मिला जी और शेयर होल्डर भाई बहन, मेरा नाम शोभना मेहता। गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन। सर, ई नोटिस एंड एनुअल रिपोर्ट वेल इन टाइम मिला। हमारे सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट ने एनुअल रिपोर्ट वेरी कलरफुल और इंफॉर्मेटिव बनाया है। सो कलरफुल ग्राफ एंड फोटोग्राफ की जुबानी कंपनी की कहानी बताने की पूरी कोशिश की है। सो एक्सेलेंट प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए मैं हमारे कंपनी सेक्रेटरी श्री केयूर जी और उनकी पूरी टीम को और उनकी टीम में सुरजीत जी को भी और बैलेंस शीट बनाने में जिनका भी योगदान रहा है वो सभी को धन्यवाद देते हुए कहूंगी वेरी वेल डन, वेरी गुड, कीप इट अप। सर रिजल्ट देखे, रॉ मटेरियल फाइनेंस कॉस्ट वगैरह इंक्रीज रहा। साथ में आपने बोर्ड रिपोर्ट में बताया है जैसे कि चाइना में कोविड की वजह से और यूरोप में एनर्जी कम रही, एनर्जी क्राइसिस, रशिया यूक्रेन वॉर वगैरह, ये सभी चैलेंजेस का मुकाबला करते हुए भी हमारी कंपनी ने एक्सेलेंट और एनकरेजिंग परफॉर्मेंस दिखाया है। कंसोलिडेट एंड स्टैंड अलोन दोनों में सभी पैरामीटर्स अप ही अप नजर आ रहे हैं। सो अच्छे रिजल्ट को देखते हुए आपने हमारा फाइनल डिविडेंड भी ₹2.15 रेकमेंड किया है। टोटल डिविडेंड ऑफ ₹4.30 दिया इंक्लूडिंग इंटरिम डिविडेंड। सो एक्सेलेंट रिजल्ट एंड डिविडेंड के लिए मैं आपको और आपकी एंटायर टीम को बहुत बहुत हार्दिक बधाई के साथ धन्यवाद देती हूँ क्योंकि फेस वैल्यू ऑफ रुपीस हमारी 2 है। और सर और एक बधाई मैं आपको और आपकी एंटायर टीम को देना चाहूंगी कि हमारी कंपनी को जो अवार्ड्स वगैरह मिले हैं इसके लिए भी मैं आप सबको बहुत बहुत बधाई देती हूँ और साथ में कहूंगी कि ये सब आप लोगों की मेहनत और लगन से काम करने का परिणाम है जो हमें सालों साल अच्छे रिजल्ट देखने को मिलते हैं। सर अच्छे रिजल्ट आए हैं इसीलिए सभी डायरेक्टर्स की फोटोग्राफ में पेज नंबर 6 पर सबकी फोटोग्राफ हंसती हुई मुस्कुराती हुई नजर आ रही है। सो कहूंगी आंखों में खुशी, लबों पे हंसी, गम का कहीं नाम ना हो। भगवान आप सबको जहां की सारी खुशियां दे, उन खुशियों की कभी साम ना हो। सर आज की ये एजीएम में जुड़ने के लिए मैं हमारे कंपनी सेक्रेटरी श्री केयूर जी, श्री सुरजीत सिंह जी को भी धन्यवाद देती हूँ कि आज उन्होंने मुझे काफी हेल्प की इसमें जुड़ने के लिए। और साथ में जूम टीम को भी धन्यवाद देती हूँ, वो काफी अच्छी इन्वेस्टर सर्विस देते हैं, केयूर जी एंड सुरजीत सिंह जी। सर अब 2-3 जनरल क्वेरीज करना चाहूंगी। हमारी कंपनी की डोमेस्टिक में कौन सी कंपनियां कॉम्पिटिटर है, हमारी कंपनी का मार्केट शेयर कितना है और हमारी कंपनी में वुमेन एम्प्लॉय स्ट्रेंथ कितनी है, हो सके तो प्लीज बताने की कृपा करें। और सर कैपेक्स प्रोग्राम भी 2-3 साल का कोई हो तो बताने की कृपा करें। बाकी तो जो क्वेरीज आ गई है उसे रिपीटेशन ना करते हुए कहूंगी पेज नंबर 35 पर वेरियस इवेंट्स की फोटोग्राफ बहुत ही अच्छी आई है। CSR में कंपनी अच्छा काम कर रही है। इसी के साथ ज्यादा ना बोलते हुए आज आपने जो रेजोल्यूशन रखा है वो सभी में मैं फुल्ली सपोर्ट करते हुए रेजोल्यूशन नंबर 3 जो श्री अनिकेत जी का रीअपॉइंटमेंट का है, सो मैं श्री अनिकेत जी की बर्थडे लास्ट मंथ 15 जुलाई को गई है, सो बिलेटेड हैप्पी बर्थडे, मैनी 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 रिटर्न्स ऑफ द डे। अनिकेत जी आपने बहुत ही छोटी उम्र में काफी तरक्की की है, वेरी गुड, कीप इट अप। आप इतने यंग हो, बहुत अच्छी बात है। और सर उनकी डिटेल मैंने पेज नंबर 10 पर देखी, काफी होनहार है। सो कंपनी के साथ गुड विशेस देते हुए कंपनी के साथ आपको भी गुड विशेस देते हुए कहूंगी डे बाय डे आपकी खुशियां हो जाए डबल, आपकी जिंदगी से दूर रहे हर ट्रबल, भगवान आप सबको रखे बिल्कुल फिट, अब आपकी कंपनी में और आपकी जिंदगी में आने वाले हर दिन हो सुपरहिट। यही शुभकामना के साथ हमारी कंपनी दिन दोगुनी रात चौगुनी तरक्की करती रहे, ताकि आप हमें ईयर बाय ईयर बेटर परफॉर्मेंस के साथ बेटर डिविडेंड और नियर फ्यूचर में बोनस भी दे पाए। सर बोनस की बात आई है तो जस्ट फॉर माय इंफॉर्मेशन जानना चाहती हूँ कि कंपनी ने लास्ट बोनस कब दिया था। इसी के साथ आप सबकी हेल्थ एंड वेल्थ हमेशा अच्छी बनी रहे, यही शुभकामना के साथ आने वाले सभी त्योहारों की भी शुभकामना देती हूँ। फूलों की खुशबू, कलियों की बहार, चांद की चांदनी, अपनों का प्यार, मुबारक हो आप सबको आने वाले सभी त्योहार। आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर द फ्यूचर सक्सेस। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you so much. Proceeding with our next person on the list, we have client ID IN 3001261053761, Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia. Mr. Shailesh, do we have you with us? Okay, Mr. Shailesh, I believe you have clicked on the button that said join as panelist. That is why we can hear you. Yes, sir. We can also have your video turned on if you like. And
I would.
Sure, sir.
I would like to
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
start my video. Very good.
Sir, we can see you.
Yeah, I believe you can. Let me adjust. Ramesh Baju par jao. Respected chairman, distinguished directors, and all the management team members and the shareholders present in this meeting. Sir, firstly, my congratulations to our chairman, Mr. Brar, and his entire team for getting excellent result during VUCA conditions, as aptly described by our managing director. The state of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity under such difficult conditions, sir, we have achieved excellent results. And these results are well reproduced in our annual report. In the first 40 pages, you have given excellent photographs, charts, which speaks much more than a lot of texts, which are very often written in the annual report. Sir, I also appreciate that in the report, you have given DR and SR report and the details thereof. And there are several such good things in the report which I would not like to repeat here, but they are all acknowledged. And I must appreciate the service which has been provided by Mr. Keyur Doshi, our secretary. He has been the link between the management on one side and the shareholders on the other. And even at the 11th hour, he got me registered as a speaker. I left the meeting of ITC and joined here for our meeting. Sir, I also appreciate various awards which have been given to us in view of our various ISO certifications. 5 of them, which are very important. It is with respect to the occupational health and safety, environmental considerations, sustainable procurement, most efficient utilization of energy, and information security also. Sir, my congratulations to the company for getting such excellent ISO certifications, which speaks for itself. Sir, I wish to put some questions with a view to increase my understanding and appreciation of the good work which is being done by the company. Sir, my first request is that the BR and SR report which has been prepared is based on the standalone figure only. Sir, it should be prepared on the basis of consolidated working of the company. Sir, my next question is that we are exporting. This I would like you to analyze for me from 2 or 3 points of view. The exports earnings which are being done by our companies who are already working in foreign countries. They are also doing excellent work of local sales, which should be regarded as exports. The second one is how much export we are likely to make from India, not only now, but maybe in the next 2 to 3 years. If you can give some idea on this part, it will be of great help. Sir, then my next observation is that the price which prevailed of our shares in the last year or the year under consideration ranged from 147, which was the lowest price, and the highest price was 197. But sir, look at the market capitalization as of today. It is more than 210 rupees per share. And based on that, our market capitalization has increased considerably compared with the lowest market capitalization which prevailed in the last year. Sir, then I would like to know, by way of a general policy, the whole world is talking about reducing plastics in all applications as far as possible, long-term plan. And we are trying to defend our services from various angles. We take into account our environmental considerations. We take into account carbon neutrality. We take into account water positivity. Sir, in spite of all this, the general impression is that plastic should be avoided. I appreciate the efforts being made by our company to defend our services, taking into account all considerations. But sir, can you throw some more light how we are going to make further progress in the next 2 to 3 years? Because after all, we are a research-based organization. I have even visited our factory here in Mumbai on number of occasions, and I had discussions with our research experts on the subject. And I am aware that we are consistently making research in different directions, particularly when there are pressing problems. Sir, I would also like to appreciate the CSR work which is being done by our company in various places, particularly where our factories are located, not only in India, but also in foreign countries. Sir, what I would like to know is whether we have made any economic impact study of the CSR work which is being done by the company. Sir, everyone is aware that the benefit to the society is much more than the actual amount spent by a company. If we spend, say, 10 crores of rupees, the benefit to the society is with a great multiplier, depending on the service which we are providing. And therefore, independent agencies are now available to carry out such research work and give a complete picture of total benefit to the society, not merely the cost which has been incurred by us, but the multiplier effect, the ripple effect, which comes from this type of our work. Sir, I would also like to congratulate our secretarial department, who are always available whenever we have any questions. And it is because of their effort that it has been made possible for me to attend this meeting at the age of 85. Sir, I thank you all for your excellent work being done, and I wish you further progress in a multiple way in all directions. Namaste to all of you.
Thank you so much, Shailesh. Thank you so much. Thank you. So going ahead with the person we called out before, but unfortunately he couldn't speak. We have with us Mr. Yusuf. Mr. Yusuf, I believe you have been unmuted.
Sir, can you hear my voice, sir? आपको आवाज आ रहा है?
Yes,
Sir,
please.
आपको आवाज आ रहा है?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Sir, आपको आवाज आ रहा है, Chairman sir?
Yes, Mr. Rangwala, we can hear you clearly.
Sir, very good morning, dynamic Chairman. Prar sir, I am very happy with our company Q Desai sir, who is a damn person. आज उनके हिसाब से आपको join कर पाता हूँ sir. Sir, direct point पे आओ. 1982 our company started. This year 23, as mentioned in the page. This is a 40 annual general meeting. Sir, your dividend which you given twice, that is a very handsome, very fantastic. Sir, अपना market है आज 147 है, compared to 191, 197. Sir, देखो market तो आपके हाथ में नहीं है, that is up and down. उसमें आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Sir, point number 2, TCL packaging, जो अपना main competition है, there are many other products. जो TCL जो है, उसके पास भी Colgate, ITC सब एक घरा के, और अपने पास भी same customer है sir. If I'm not asking a wrong question. Colgate, ITC, Dabur, Nestle, ये सब अपने client है. और as you mentioned, अफ्रीका में और मिडिल ईस्ट में अपना प्रोडक्ट अपना they are the client. सर, आई मतलब हाउ मेनी न्यू अपना नया क्लाइंट के बारे में आपका क्या है सर? सिलवासा का मैं फैक्ट्री विजिट करना चाहता हूँ. सिलवासा और गोवा सर, जहाँ पे अपना पैकिंग डिपार्टमेंट. सर, मैंने आपका बॉम्बे का मैंने फैक्ट्री देखा है when there was a physical meet. सर, अभी नेक्स्ट ईयर में फिजिकल मीट का आशा करता हूँ सर. तो आपसे सर मुलाकात हो सकती है सर. बड़ा सर, आपसे मुलाकात करने के लिए सर 3-4 साल हो गए सर. अभी आपसे फेस टू फेस नहीं मिल रहा है सर. कोरोना में देखो आज कितना डिफिकल्ट से मैं आपसे ज्वाइन कर सकता. पहले मेरा लिंक चला गया, फिर आया. और आपके सर देखो आपकी चाहत है सर, जो हमारे दिलों में बसती है सर. आप हमारे दिल में बसते हैं, ऐसे आपकी चाहत है सर, हमारे दिलों में सर रहती है. कभी भी आपको सर देखते हमें बहुत खुशी होती है. और बैलेंस शीट तो अपना कंपनी अपना क्यू देसाई सर ने, उन्होंने 250 पेजेस का बैलेंस शीट बनाई है. Many award, Peacock Award, and there are many excellent awards which our company has won, sir. That is a very fantastic, very handsome, which I am very happy to be a part of this excellent company. No, nothing more to it, sir. I am very happy with our company. Sir, how you are celebrating 15 August? Sir, there is any 15 August के लिए कुछ प्रोग्राम है? सर, रहेगा तो हमें कुछ भेजिए सर 15 अगस्त के लिए. अगर आपने कुछ अगर प्रिंट किया कुछ भी 15 अगस्त के लिए, सर you please send me. So I would like to join the photo 15 August get together. If there is some, you please call us so that will be a pride for me, sir. अगर 15 अगस्त का आपका वलसाड में कुछ गेट टुगेदर रहेगा सेलिब्रेशन के लिए, तो मैं आना चाहता हूँ सर, क्योंकि हम भी हिंदुस्तानी और देखो हिंदुस्तानी का प्रेड है सर. 15 अगस्त दिस इज प्राइड टू बी 15 अगस्त सर, एंड नथिंग मोर टू इट. सर, टोटल नंबर ऑफ स्टाफ अपने पास 4 फैक्ट्री है सर. उसमें टोटल नंबर ऑफ स्टाफ कितना है? लेडीज, जेंट्स, हाउ मेनी पीपल आर वर्किंग? एंड नथिंग मोर टू इट. सर, लास्ट बोनस आपने कब दिया था सर? बहुत साल हुआ सर, ये 40 साल हुआ सर, अभी तक सर बोनस नहीं किया. 2 रुपए का शेयर पे आपने अच्छा डिविडेंड दिया, 4 रुपया 50 पैसा. That is a very fantastic return. That is a world, that is highest dividend in history, sir, which you have given. Highest dividend. कंपेयर टू सर TCL पैकेजिंग, सर उन्होंने 10 रुपए का शेयर पे 20 रुपए डिविडेंड दिया। दैट इज डिफरेंट कंपनी, वी आर डिफरेंट कंपनी। दोनों कंपनी अपनी अपनी जगह पे सर, मैं उसका भी शेयर होल्डर और आपका भी शेयर होल्डर हूँ, पर आपकी चाहत जो हमें दिलों में रहती है सर, और आपके सेक्रेटरी शेयर डिपार्टमेंट सर लाजवाब है सर। एक छोटा सा शेयर पेश करके मैं ऑन करना चाहता हूँ। फूलों की खुशबू, कलियों की बहार, अपनों का साथ और रहे, और सर शुभकामना देना चाहता हूँ सर। और सर आपको विश करना चाहता हूँ गणेश चतुर्थी, दिवाली, दशहरा और अभी सर सब त्योहारों को मैं शुभकामना देना चाहता हूँ सर। और आपको सर चेयरमैन सर, आपका भी त्योहार के लिए मैं शुभकामना देना चाहता हूँ। आई एम विशिंग फॉर यू फेस्टिवल त्योहार ऑल्सो सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। Thank you, sir. Jai Hind, sir. I end my speech only. Praying the God for our company, wellness, goodness, sir. Thank you very much, sir. There are so many annual meetings, but I left all the meetings, sir. क्योंकि आपके सर पे चाहत इतनी है, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Jai Hind, sir. Jai Hind, sir. Nothing more to it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. So this brings us to the end of all the questions from all the registered speaker shareholders. We would like to go over to Chairman sir and the board members for answering the same. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, shareholders, for your very kind words, effusive praise for and appreciation for the management and the company. Thank you really very much. Coming to the questions which have been raised by you, there was a question regarding unclaimed dividend. Now, as per SEBI regulations, and also to protect the shareholders who have not claimed the dividends, the company is constantly reminding these shareholders to come and claim the dividend. We do our level best to ensure that the dividend reaches the recipient shareholders. But the total amount as of now in the company's cumulative unclaimed dividend is around 1.29 crores. And we will continue to follow up with the shareholders. But, we also have to follow the regulations. So after a period of, I think, 7 years, it has to be transferred to the fund that you mentioned. But in the meanwhile, we'll continue to follow with the shareholders. On attrition rate, you mentioned what is the global attrition rate of the company. It's approximately 24 to 25%, out of which the management staff is around 15%. But at the operator level globally, the attrition is 27%, giving us a weighted average of the number that I mentioned. You asked about CapEx plan. The annual depreciation of the company is in the range of 260 to 280 crores. The cash outflow for CapEx in the last year was around 387 crores. But that is a cash flow, not a CapEx approved for that year. Generally, the company has followed the principle to meet its growth needs across the global operations that we have in various countries. We replace the depreciated amount. So between 225 to 250 crores is on an average we have been spending on CapEx. And this is kind of a norm. But when there is a project like Brazil that I mentioned, which alone has consumed something like 200 crores of investment, then of course that is a new setup. But just to give you a ballpark, it's about 260 to 280 crores of depreciation and around 250 crores of a norm for CapEx for refreshing the assets that have been written off and other new assets that are required by running plants. This does not include greenfield facilities. Next, the speaker had mentioned something about what is the percentage increase in business events that take place internationally. Now, I think these are part of the global sales and marketing and business development efforts. It also, the events are also used to highlight our sustainability drive, because in this packaging industry, the most important thing today is, as you mentioned, that removal of plastics or non-use of plastics or minimizing that is the key thing. So events not only are for business development and increase in our business, but more importantly, we are following a sustainability drive across the company. It's part of our long-term strategy. And to showcase how much progress this company has made, which has been recognized by EcoVadis, that today we are amongst the top 3 plastics manufacturing companies in the world in terms of sustainability. So there is the overall increase is all embedded in the business of the company, but especially we do these things at such events to showcase the company's strength in innovation, in R&D, in sustainability, in bringing the recyclability of plastics. You mentioned about a physical AGM. Yes, this has been a request from many shareholders, and it has been long since we met physically. But I have attended few AGMs where many of the shareholders are requesting that the virtual thing should go on because they are not able to travel. This gives them an opportunity to come face to face with the management during the year. Some companies are asking for a hybrid meeting where both physically the shareholders are allowed to come to the registered office, and also the virtual arrangement is given so that all the shareholders have the ability to participate. We'll give it a thought, and I think for next year, since there is a strong request that we haven't met for so many years, we will try and see if we can arrange a physical meeting. But certainly, a majority of the shareholders now have got used to the virtual meeting and they want to attend from wherever they are distantly located. I think I leave it to the management to arrange factory visits if a particular shareholder wants to visit, because there were 2 or 3 requests for factory visits. Then I think there were questions regarding ESG, carbon footprint reduction, ESG rating, and utilization of our capacity at the Brazil plant. Chinese plant utilization, exact numbers I don't have at the moment, and I will ask this to be calculated and sent to you. But regarding the Brazil plant, I think it's just at the moment the basic unit has been set up. And this is the minimum capacity size unit that we set up to cater to the kind of demand estimate that we have in the South American region. And as we ramp up the production, as the ramp up of the order takes place, with line balancing equipment and some additions, we can cater to a very large requirement in coming years. So it has just started. I think next year, at the end of this year, we will be able to give you a more clear indication of what the Brazilian orders are and what has been the utilization of the capacity that has been installed. On carbon emissions that have been reduced, we have reduced about 13,709 tons of carbon dioxide emissions, which have been reduced by the company. And we are also signatories to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, and we follow UNGC priorities on carbon footprint reduction. The other question was about bonus. When was the last bonus issued? It was in 2018. And another shareholder also reminded us that it was 4 years ago or 5 years ago. We have taken note, and I think it will be decided in the board deliberations whenever there is a need for a bonus. I think you have all appreciated the dividend policy of the company, and the dividend that has been paid or is being paid out this year, subject to your approval, of 4.3 rupees per share of 2 rupees. Thank you for that. We are following a consistent dividend policy where I think the shareholder money and wealth should go back to them to the extent that company's growth aspiration is protected. Rest of the money, the company has followed a policy of rewarding the shareholders with their own earned money. Then there was a question on the exports. What have been the exports from the country-wise exports is, all our units export from their respective destinations, wherever the plants are located. So in the end summary, when we consolidate our accounts globally, they get netted off. So what we present here is a netted off impact of the global revenue, which includes exports and imports of units, our own units, and we net it off. But just to give you India exports, because there was a specific question on what was the India exports, we exported about 213 crores of goods in 2022-23. And USA was the largest, and followed by Germany and UAE and Poland, etc. The foreign exchange earned by the company, including dividend received, was about 295 crores. And so this is the number that I have, because ex-India number, the other is all netted off between the two, between units situated across the world. There was appreciation on the company's market cap. Thank you for that. The other shareholder, respected shareholder, raised this issue on standalone versus consolidated BRSR report. I think this was our first year, and we have been given an option to either print a standalone or a consolidated report. But we take your advice and also request that we should do a consolidated report. I think management has heard it. They will take it on record, and then after this year, let's see when we can give you a consolidated report, hopefully next year. But if not, we will continue to publish the standalone because it's allowed to us being located here. You also asked about the economic impact of our CSR initiatives. I think this is an excellent idea that community. Let me first share what are the three major planks of our CSR program. It is skill development in the regions and across the regions where we operate. Operate means in terms of our manufacturing units and vicinity of those manufacturing units. Then it is community development program, something which you alluded to, Mr. Mahadevia, that there is a larger benefit that the community gets, though the CSR program may be targeted to specifics or to specific individuals or specific interventions, but there is a much larger impact that the community gets as it snowballs into the overall community development. I think it's we have not quantified this data. What we quantify is as per the impact of our investments or spending on CSR. The government lays down very clearly that here projects which have longer time frame, which go from 1 year to the other to the third year or so on and so forth, that we have to submit an impact assessment report to the government. That we have to do because we also want to make sure that our CSR funds are going in the right direction and there is an economic positive impact on wherever we spend. But your idea about how economically it is benefiting the whole community as it snowballs, I think it's an interesting one. I'm sure there must be agencies who can quantify this impact because there are a lot of economic assessment studies across the country that being done. We will come back to you next year but investigate this aspect. So we also do skill development in the units, around the units, plastic waste management, which is plastic, as you said, is our cornerstone of sustainability, reduction of plastic or reuse of plastic. So we follow the policy basically of reduce, reuse, and recycle. That's our sustainability policy. And we continue to emphasize this across every forum and around us. So plastics waste management is very much on our agenda. We, recycle plastics. We have set up recycling around our units, in villages around our units. They are recycled. They are made into school benches for students in schools around our factory units, which has been highly appreciated because the recycled plastic is being put to very nice use across the country. And it's also helping the underprivileged sections in the villages. So that was on the CSR economic impact and the programs that we follow. I think I have answered all the questions. Yeah, there was a question on women employees. Globally, we have 3,577 employees, and 24% of these employees are women. So that's the average across the world. In India, the average is slightly lower, but globally, 24% is the average because the other regions have more women employees. I think I have answered all the questions, and if there is anything I have left out, please do get in touch with the Secretarial Department, and they will surely send you the answer you are looking for. So, having answered the queries raised by respected shareholders, if there are no further questions, we can proceed with the conclusion of the meeting. I request all the members again to vote on resolutions through e-voting platform. The e-voting facility will remain open for 15 minutes after conclusion of this meeting. The company will take necessary action to declare result of the e-voting process, and the same will be published on our website and also submitted to the stock exchanges. This concludes the business of the day, and I take this opportunity to thank all the shareholders present here for their kind cooperation, support, and their valuable time. I wish the shareholders all the very best and good health, and hope to meet you in person at the next available opportunity. I now declare this meeting as closed. Thank you.